I had a crazy case in the ER this weekend, and I have to share it because I think you're going to find it just as interesting as I did. For viewer discretion advised, this is a little bit gruesome, so if you are squeamish, I would look away. I'm going to insert a video into the next clip showing exactly what the damage was done, but this was sustained during a dog fight. So this dog was transferred to me on an overnight. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of information on what exactly happened. All I can envision is that I know the owner pulled the two dogs apart during the fight. So I would imagine that a canine tooth was in the back of the tongue and pulled straight forward. It was a clean cut through the entire tongue. It also detached the frenulum, which is the piece that connects the tongue to the mouth on the bottom, and the salivary gland was exposed. So to close this, we basically did interrupted sutures all down the top of the tongue line using a 4-aught PDS on a taper needle to prevent more trauma to that tissue. I gently debrided the tissue where I thought it was going to be necrotic. It had great blood supply, so I'm very hopeful that this is going to heal. Then I flipped her over. I did some sutures within the actual muscle belly of the tongue to guide it back together, and then closed the bottom, reattached the frenulum after I tucked that salivary gland back in. It was crazy. The only reason they brought her in was because the bleeding wouldn't stop. There were a massive amount of bleeding when she presented with big blood clots, sort of preventing us from even seeing the damage that had been done until we got her under anesthesia. This was one of the craziest cases that I had ever seen. It was definitely the worst tongue laceration I'd ever seen. The dogs are amazing creatures. They really love to heal. Healing time for this is probably somewhere in the ballpark of 6 to 8 weeks. If it heals appropriately, she should have full use of that tongue. She was drinking water shortly after the procedure. She woke up really well. So I hope you find it as interesting as I did.